Hi, we will study today about force. In our day-to-day life, we observe the push or the pull we are applying. Push means when we are applying the force, if the object goes away from us, it is a push. And when we are applying the force and the object comes towards us, it is a pull. For example, like when we open the drawers in the almirah, it comes towards you, that is a pull. You can see the different example in our day-to-day life, which are either push or pull. Like for example, when we are ringing the doorbell, we are pushing the button. When we are giving a wagon ride, we are pulling actually that wagon right towards us. Then tug of war, we are pulling the rope. Dialing the phone, it is a pushing the buttons. Like this, there are so many examples, like kicking a ball is a push. Shopping cart, we are pushing the cart. Lifting the weights, putting on the gloves, brushing hair. There are so many examples in our day-to-day life we see. It is either push or pull. What is a force? It is a pull or push acting on a body which tends to change the state of rest or of the motion. The SI unit of force is Newton and symbol is capital N. The direction in which the body is pushed or pulled is called the direction of force. What is the net force or the resultant force? When more than one force is acting on the object, the net force will be decided. If the more than one force is acting in the same direction, then the net force is addition of that all the forces. For example, you are saying the two men are carrying the sofa. One man is exerting 25 Newton force and another man is exerting 20 Newton force. The net force is addition of both 25 Newton and 20 Newton, that is a 45 Newton. In the same way, in the second picture, you are seeing the children are pushing the cart. The net or resultant force is the addition of both the forces. Here in the second picture, you are seeing now here the children are playing the tug of war, and as the different forces are acting in the different direction, the resultant force is the subtraction of the these forces. Like for example, one group of the children who are exerting 12 Newton force, other group of the children exerting 10 Newton force in the opposite direction. Then resultant force is 12 minus 10, that is a 2 Newton. What are the effects of the force? The effects of the force is it will make the uh, object which is in the rest to be in the motion. If the object is moving, it will bring it in the rest. It will change the direction of the moving object. It may change the speed of the moving object, and it will also change the shape and the size of the object. Let me understand it by the picture. If you keep it ball on the floor, if it is in the rest, but when you are applying the push, that is a force on the ball, it starts rolling. That is the example where the object in the rest start moving. But suppose now that moving ball, you apply the push again opposite the direction of the motion, the ball stop moving. That is the example of object which is in the motion that will come to the rest when we are applying the opposite force. Third pic you are seeing when the ball is in the motion, and if you are applying the push or the force at an angle to the ball's motion, you change the direction of the motion. And a very good example is when the batsman hit the ball in the cricket game, he is actually changing the direction of the motion of the ball. And the fourth example here to pick, you are observing when we are squeezing the ball, right, we are changing the shape and the size of the ball. There are the different types of the force are there. These are mainly two types, categorized into two types, that is the contact forces and the non-contact forces. Contact forces are the forces exerted by one object on another when they are in contact with each other. For example, muscular force, force of the friction. And then non-contact forces are forces exerted by one object on another without any contact with each other. For example, magnetic force, electrostatic force, and the gravitational force. Let me see the picture here. Here two boys are pushing the box. It is the force due to the action of muscle, and that's why it is called muscular force. Animals like ox or the horse is pulling the cart. That is again the example of the muscular force. Then frictional force is the force acting opposite to the direction of the motion. It happens between the two objects which are in contact with each other and they are in the motion. Non-contact forces, as I told you, they are not, it will experience by bodies which are not in physical contact with each other, like magnetic force exerted by the magnet, electrostatic force exerted by the charged body on another charged or uncharged body. Gravitational force is the attractive force exerting between the two objects. You can see now here the picture here. The children are pushing the cart, and that is example of the muscular force. And when you are writing, because with the pencil or pen and all things, that is possible because of the frictional force. We'll study more about the frictional force in the next lesson. You can see in the non-contact forces, like the magnet is not directly in contact with this iron nails, but we can see that still it can able to attract the iron nails towards it. Then electrostatic force you might had experience in our day-to-day life. Just take one balloon or comb or even the ruler, plastic ruler, and you just rub it against your hair for say the 10 to 20 times, and you observe that when the balloon you just bring, means you can just remove from nearby your hair, the hairs get attracted, like in this pic you are seeing, or you are also seeing here like the same, the charged balloon. Now you bring it closer to the paper bits, the paper bits will get attracted to the balloon. You can see here now comb also, which is charged by combing many a times a hair, and now when you bring it that near the small pieces of the paper, the small bits of the paper get attracted towards the comb. And you can see now here gravitational force, the reformers like the Newton, he observed the apple falling on the ground and he invented the gravitational force. And then here we know that any objects you throw up, it will fall down on the ground. That is, the objects get attracted towards the center of the gravity. There is the earth center of the gravity. Yeah, thank you. Hope so you are enjoyed this lesson. Keep watching my videos. Thank you.